Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfazana binti Izhar and I'm here with my friends Nur Liyana binti Muhammad Khairi, Nur Faisha Shazira binti Subri and Nur Liyana Syazwani binti Syahrul Nazar. We chose for case presentation, we chose case study in question 3. To address this, we will using the elect method, identifying the issue, referring to the relevant law, applying the law to the facts through the application, and finally drawing a logical conclusion. Today, I will be presenting a legal analysis based on a real workplace incident involving a fatal accident during lift maintenance work at a shopping complex. This case brings into focus the key responsibilities of employers under the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 or OSHA 1994.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Farisha Shazira binti Subri. So let me begin by explaining the issue involved in this case. Despite focuses on what exactly happened and what questionable actions were taken that lead to legal concern. So the issue is whether the employer of a worker who died during lift maintenance at shopping complex has breached their statutory duties under the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, specifically Section 15, 19, 17, and 18, and whether this breach renders the employer legally liable for the fatal accident.
Next, I will explain in law in section 15.1 general duties of employers to their employees. Employers are required to ensure, as far as is predictable, the safety, health, and welfare of all employees while they are at work. This includes providing a safe working environment, proper machinery, equipment, training, supervision, and procedures. In this case, the employer may have breached this duty if it failed to prevent the accident during life maintenance. Second, in Section 16, duty to formulate safety and health policy. First, employers must prepare, implement, and maintain a written statement of their general policy with respect to the safety and health of their employees and ensure it is effectively communicated and followed in the workplace. In this case, if the lift system were faulty or workers are not given proper safety equipment or training, this section is also relevant. That's all from my part, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Next, I will explain the laws that are relevant to this case, which are Section 17 and Section 18. Section 17 General Duties of Employers and Self-Employed Persons to Persons other than their employees. Employers and self-employed individuals are required to conduct their work in manner that does not expose non-employees, such as the public, contractors, or visitors, to health or safety risks. In this case, if improper maintenance could may have incidents to others, such as in the shopping complex. For Section 18, based on duties of occupiers of place of work to ensure safety and health, occupiers of any workplace must ensure that the premises are safe and pose no risk to the health of any person entering or present in the workplace, including workers, contractors, and visitors. So, based on the case, this section will apply if the worker failed to follow procedures but based on the report, the focus is on the employee's failure. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurana binti Khairi and my ID number is AM2405015493. For this assignment, I will be conduct to explain about the application and explain how to apply the law in this case. For the first thing first is I will explain the potential breach of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 identified in this tragic case based on the section 15, 16, and 17. So, For the first section we will cover is a section 15, which is the failure to provide a safe system of works. Firstly, under the section 15, the employer has a duty to ensure so far as it is practicable the safety, health and welfare to employees at work. In this case, the employer failed to provide a safe system of work during the high risk leave maintenance activity. It's proven which is there is no evidence of PPE, proper supervision, or that a risk assessment was conducted before starting the work. Other than that, the law expects employers to identify hazard and implement control measure unless doing so is a grossly disproportionate in the term of the cost or effort. This case is similar with the situation occurred in the PP Vinayang Engineering Syndrome Berhad in 2004, which is where an employer died while repairing a machine without a proper safety measure. The employer was found liable under the Section 15 for failing to ensure safe working environment. In this case, the same principle applies. The lack of the adequate safety precaution directly lead to the fatal accident. Now we are in a second section, which is a section 16, which is the lack of the written safety and health policy. In this second section, section 16 requires employers with more than 5 employees to prepare and implement a written safety and health policy. Here, there was no indication such as a policy existed or was enforced. This is important because a safety policy is a crucial because it guides employee training, risk assessment, and hazard control measure. Its absence suggests a systematic failure in managing safety responsibilities and communicating safety expectations to workers. Without this policy, employees might not receive proper instruction, training, or awareness on handling high risk tasks like the lift maintenance. My last explanation for the third section in this application, which is a section 17, which is a failure to protect the publics. In under section 17, employers must conduct their work in a way that does not endanger person other than their employees, like public persons or maybe other the third parties around there. But in this case, the lift maintenance was conducted inside a public shopping complex, which means that the shopper or other non-employees could have been there to expose the danger. But suddenly, there is no evidence of safety barricades or warning sign or isolation of the works area to keep the public safe. It is similar legal precedent on Kamaluddin Mohammed v. Jurusan Malaysia Consultant 2001, where the employer was held liable for exposing non-workers to site risk. In our case, the employer's failure to control the area likewise breached Section 17. So in my summary for section 15, 16 and 17, highlight the importance of having proper risk assessment, written safety policy and public protection measure to prevent such as the tragedy.
Hi, my name is Liyana Syazwani binti Sharunaza and my ID number is AM2405015527. I will present about the application and explain about the section 18 of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 that relate to the news, which is unsafe premises by occupation. So, first, if the building management, which is occupation, failed to ensure that the lift system was maintained or certified safe before allowing maintenance, they may also be liable. This is especially relevant if the maintenance was carried out without isolating or de-energizing the lift, which can leading to the fatal accident. Under the Section 18, occupations are required to maintain a safe physical environment. If the occupation If the occupation permitted dangerous access or did not coordinate safety with the employer, they share legal responsibility. For conclusion, the tragic accident that occurred during elevator maintenance and involved our teenage Kumar highlight a significant breach of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 by employers. Employers breach their statutory duties under Section 15 by neglecting to provide a safe working environment, Section 16 by failing to establish a written safety and health policy, Section 17 by putting the public at risk, and potentially Section 18 if the building occupants fail to ensure the area was safe. This violation clearly contradicts the primary purpose of Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 as outlined in Part 4, which is to protect the health, safety, and welfare of workers in the workplace and to protect others from hazards that may arise there. As a result, the employer has legal liability for the incident and may be subject to enforcement action, penalties, or legal action. This example serves as a stark reminder of the importance of risk assessment, proactive safety planning, and strict adherence to workplace safety regulations in preventing fatalities. So that's all from our group, and thank you.